Welcome back users. In today's video we will see the installation of Manjaro XFCE desktop. In last two videos we have seen the uh, how to set up the timeshift backup utility and an overview of the timeshift backup utility. So now we will go back again to our OS reviews. So we start with the Manjaro XFCE desktop installation, and later in the next video we will have a detailed overview of the Manjaro XFCE desktop. So by default it has taken memory RAM as 4 GBs and storage limit as 25. There is option to enable EFI, which we will not do because this is just a review installation, not a full-fledged bare metal installation, so no need, but you can always try. Okay, different options. Now hit the create button, we go ahead. So here, like in the Manjaro Cinnamon, there are two options: boot with open source drivers and boot with proprietary drivers. We use the proprietary drivers, so that is easier. Otherwise, there are chances that the system won't boot into a GUI, and then we enter. Since this is a VM, it will take a little bit longer. Starting up. Even with 4 GB memory allocation, it is taking time to boot up in a VM. Otherwise, in a bare metal, even 2 GB RAM, Manjaro can boot. But it is recommended that they use 4 GB RAM. Okay. Manjaro is one of the best Arch-based Linux distros. It is very stable, very user-friendly, full of features. There is a vast software repository available. You can even use the AUR repository. Only issues, there is some stability issues once in a while you can observe, but to overcome that, what you can do is, once the new updates are available, do not download immediately. You wait for some time, say 4 days, 5 days, or a week, and then check in the user forums whether there are issues are there with the new updates. If the new updates there are no issues, then you can go ahead and do manual updates. So don't do automatic updates. Otherwise, Manjaro is a very good user-friendly distro. So the live media Pacman mirror ranking script has run. Now it will initialize the Pacman keyring, config script, and other things necessary to start the installation. MHW is the Manjaro hardware script. it recognizes the hardware, and then based on that it loads the proprietary drivers and free open source drivers as in what is required. It will take some time. You have to be patient. Sometimes what happens, since it is running in virtual machine, it will not go fast, and also due to some hardware profiles, the system will work slow. In certain hardware profiles, the system will work fast. You cannot do anything. You have to just be patient. Once the installation is complete, then it will not be this much slow. Right now it is profiling the hardware found on the system, and likewise it will boot with the required drivers. That is taking time. Recognition of the hardware and booting of the required drivers is taking up space. That has now completed. Okay, so activation socket for Spice Guest Agent Daemon. Okay, so the spices, different spices for the genome boxes is now up and running. Its agent is running, up and running. So one by one, the services are getting ready for the live media to boot. And also right now, you see the ambient temperature, it is hovering at 42 degrees Celsius. So it is very hot. And therefore, the laptop also slows down. The CPU frequencies are limited to stop the thermal runaway. I already charged the laptop ahead. So while the our work is going on, if the battery is also charging up, then the laptop heats up more, and then we can have issue of the system hanging. Now that LDM, that is the display manager, has started, so we should soon boot into the live screen. So the bottom menu bar has booted. Now this is the Manjaro. Hello is the Manjaro welcome screen. So here you can find the documentation, README, release infos, the Manjaro wiki, Manjaro forums. In the now in the support section there is Manjaro forums, discover software, mailing list, and in installation section you can launch the installer. In the project section you can get involved with the Manjaro project. You can contribute as per your capacity. This is the development of Manjaro project. You can as a developer you can join the development team from here. Here it is the donation, so you can donate to the Manjaro project so that financial continuity of the project is achieved. And here the option is, if you toggle it off, then the next time when you boot, the Manjaro hello will not appear, but we keep it on only because this is very useful. Every time you might find it useful, many times over you can find this useful. So this is a very great approach. Many other distros are also doing it, and this is one of my favorites. So Here now the package manager is telling the updates are available. Here is the package manager. If we go, we can click on the details. Let us see what kind of updates are available. Okay, so total 1.8 GB of the package updates are available, because you see this ISO I downloaded I think 1 or 2 months back. So from that date to this date, 1.8 GB of updates are available. So we cancel it. So if you want to check what kind of updates, Bluetooth manager, device, Firefox, firewall configuration, GNU, image manipulation, gparted, G-Smart control, that is your HDD health inspection tool, HP device manager. It is all HP device manager. I think by default it is there. Quantum manager, manage printing cup system, Qt settings, Qt5 settings, Thunderbird, sensor view. This is the sensor plugin for the XFCE panel, and lot many updates are available. That is the Blues Bluetooth manager, the Blues protocol stack. Okay. Botan crypto library written in C++. So BTRFS is their programs, but we will not install BTRFS. Though it is support is available, you can use BTRFS with Manjaro. Then the repositories are there. Okay, we close this down. We minimize the Manjaro Hello. Now, first thing, when you see the wallpaper, it is striking. It is looking very cool. The green colors, green and grays and yellows. So that gives a unique impression of Manjaro that lasts long. It sets Manjaro apart because of the color scheme, the combination of color scheme and the icons. Manjaro, it gives a Manjaro a unique theme, not replicated by any other distro. Okay, now let us go. Now this is the Manjaro user guide. I have already shown you the user guide in the last Manjaro Cinnamon desktop detailed overview. I need not do it again now. Maybe in next video we will see it again. So this is the user guide. It is also very useful, very good user manual. It is there with the screenshot. So each and every step is shown with a screenshot. So now let us go ahead. So this is the menu, application menu for the Manjaro XFCE desktop. It is typical XFCE menu, whisker menu. Only the icons and the theming has been done. It looks very gorgeous. And this is the logout and power off button here. Time and date, volume controls. This is the clipman settings, clipboard, that is your clipboard. This is the Ethernet network connections and the update manager. Now these are your workspaces 1 and 2. This is this button is to minimize and restore the minimized windows. Okay. So we start the installation right away. So this is the Manjaro Linux 21.2.2 Qonos installer. We select next. It has properly selected my region, so nothing left for us to do. We select next. We select already by default it is selected English US. India is not available option, so we go with English US default keyboard. Select OK. Now let us do manual partitioning. So in actual when you do the installation, this will be useful for you. Let us go ahead. So assuming that you are coming from the Windows, you have to prepare you can clean install Manjaro on your Linux, so sorry, clean install Manjaro on your Windows laptop, SSD or HDD. So you can clean the Windows HDD or SSD and then have a new partition table. So there are two schemes available, master boot record or a GUID partition. So we go with the GPT or the GUID partition table. Okay. Now click on the free space, create. We can have say 300 MB, FAT32. We go with the boot partition. Boot partition. Okay. That is done. Now again click on the free space, create. We go with the 4000 MIB, that is megabytes. Linux swap. We select the swap flag for that. Okay. Now third and the last for most of the users, remaining space, you can do extended 4 or BTRFS. So lot many options are available for the file system, extended 2, 3, 4, NTFS, Razor, XFS, JFS, BTRFS, Lux, NILFS, LVM2, file to file system, Lux 2, FAT, Minix. So we keep with the extended 4, which is the default file system for most of the Linux distros. It is very well performing, very stable. Then we select the root flag here. Okay, we are done. If you want to have another partition, you can have as many as you want, but for the installation guide purposes or review purpose, we only do these three, that is the boot, swap and root partition. I made some mistake anywhere. Why it is? Let me check. Okay, I didn't put the mount point, that's why. Okay, now it is done. We can go ahead. A GPT partition is best. Go back and okay. Now we put the name. Now go with the password to keep your account safe. I put one small password, easy password. Now you can use the same password for the admin account. So what will happen is the user will be put in the admin group. So I use the same password for admin account. Then we go ahead. Now it is showing the summary. Create new GPT partition on dev VDA. That is the virtual HDD. Create 300 MB partition on dev /VDA. That flag 300 MB FAT32 partition as boot. Create 4000 MIB partition on dev VDA. Flag 4000 MIB Linux swap partition as swap. Create 21294 MIB partition on dev /VDA. Flag 21294 MIB extended 4 partition as root. Set up new FAT32 partition with mount point boot. Install Manjaro on new ext5 system partition, ext4 system partition, and install bootloader on the hard disk HDD. Now we click on the install button. It is confirming, because of once we now confirm, the system cannot roll back. So we are confident we are done all the correct settings. Now we click on the install now. Now the system will install, it will first partition the hard disk, mount the partitions, unpack the image on the root partition, install the files, copy and install the files, then do the system configuration. Then we have to reboot. So since this is XFCE desktop, only 71,104 files are to be copied. Otherwise, if it is a gnome, then the size doubles. Almost it is around 1,40,000, 1,32,000 partitions, not partitions, files to be copied. And in some other desktop in KD, even more files are there. The latest KD versions, there are more files than even gnome. It is big for KD. XFC being lighter, there are less files. So now in next 2-3 minutes we will finish with the installation. So some more files are been written. Now it is 2,87,777 files total. So it is going to take time. So there are two images. One was the 71,000 file image, and this is the 2,87,777 file image. So maybe there are two images. We have finished unpacking the image one. Now the second image will be unpacked. Many years back, I wanted to try Arch, but installation of Arch Linux is difficult because you need to know the exact sequence of commands to be given because it is installed from a terminal. Then I discovered the NRK installer. Then I discovered the Arch install TUI, that is the terminal utility interface. And then somebody suggested me to try the Manjaro. I installed the Manjaro. I was fascinated and impressed by the system. Then I even tried the Endeavor distro also. It is also based on Arch. It is same like Manjaro, very user friendly and very stable. So maybe next week or this week we will do a review of Endeavor Linux distro also. So let us finish first with the Manjaro. So this video is for the installation. Next video will be the detailed review of the Manjaro XFCE. We already done the Manjaro Cinnamon. Then we will proceed to LMD5. That is the Linux Mint Debian Edition 5 based on the Bullseye Debian Bullseye. Then two videos of the LMD. Then maybe we can do the Endeavor. I have not used Endeavor for a long time or even a short review also, but I just installed it in VM and checked it out. But Manjaro I have used for around few months and it is stable and usable and it is not overwhelming as a techie Linux distro. So any user with a intermediate knowledge can install the Manjaro distro and then use it as a daily driver. Endeavor is also very good. It is also can be used as a daily driver. It is very stable. So still lot of files to be unzipped and installed, copied, installed in the system. It will take I think another 10-15 minutes for this installation to complete. Now it has speeded up. Let us see. But once in a while again slows down heavily, then again speeds up. Depends on the this zipping ratio. If the zipping ratio is more, then the unzipping will be slow. If the zipping ratio is less, unzipping will be fast. That this you have to remember. Still one around 1,80,000 files to be done. On the bare metal, it will install easily. It will not take this much time. In the next video, I will show you one setting of the driver installation. If you go do it wrong, or if you are not able to do it right, then you will go your system will boot into a blank screen next time. So for that setting, you have to be very careful. Do not touch it. If it is working fine on open source drivers, do not try to install the proprietary drivers for that hardware. There are some graphics driver that can be added later on. You don't do it if your system is working fine. Otherwise, most probably you will have a blank screen the next time you boot. That I will show in the next detailed review. I have already shown that in the Manjaro Cinnamon detailed review. In Manjaro XFCE detailed review that we will take up next, I will show you again because it is very important. Most of the users, new users will try to tinker with the every available part of the system and they will end up with a blank screen. I am sure. So hopefully in another 5 minutes the unpacking of image will be done, and in another 5 minutes, so total around 10 minutes the installation will complete, and so will be the video. Unpacking is now about to complete. In another 1 minute it will complete. In another 2 minutes, I think installation will complete, and we will stop the video right here. And then the next video we will take up, that is detailed review of the Manjaro XFCE desktop. So finally, almost the installation is complete. So users, I am again urging all of you to please like and subscribe to our channel, like our videos, comment on the videos, give us suggestions, give us the topics on which you want to see a video. Any tech topic, not just Linux, we can do that. First, I'm focusing right now on Linux. Once the Linux videos are stable, then we will go with the production of other videos related to other technologies. Please don't forget to subscribe and like our videos. Always comment in, have the habit to comment on each of the video. You can pour your heart out, what things you like, what things you don't like in the video, what you want to see. We also uh, sell systems with Linux installed on that. If you want to have a Linux install on your system, if you want to have a support, you can contact us. We will soon provide you with the Gmail ID on which you can contact and order systems with Linux pre-installed, or you can uh, give us your system. We will load Linux on that for a small fee. We can help you to secure your business network, your home network. We can take care of all your systems. We can take care of your home automation and business automations also. So for that, soon we will come out with a email ID and link on which you can using which you can contact us. Thank you very much. See you. Bye.